check it out. And then I'll share it, and then we'll be good to go.
All right. Check.
Check. Anything? Sound good? All right. We sound like the same level.
We are good to go. Good to go.
All right. It's up.
All right. So it's got that delay. I'm just like waiting
for the checks and the check.
check to work. Yeah.
All right. Let's share that we're live.
Lavsky and Shannon Sharp get heated over Brock Purdy.
Oh God.
Must watch clip.
All right. Let's get started, I guess, right? Nothing else to prep.
All right.
Got everything.
Are we just doing Super Bowl and then college?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's much else to bulge into, and then we'll have. And then we're done for football. So.
Yeah, that's right. Mock draft on Friday.
1.1. Get ready, people. All right. Once I can, I'm just sharing this on Twitter, and then.
Woof. Nobody's watching yet.
Oh my God, we got 800 viewers. Just watch it all happen. All right.
That was bad.
Let's get the show on the road.
Down the wrong pipe. Oh, somebody's watching.
Yeah, I was gonna say we already got a cap in the.
I saw a show.
All right.
I tried to scoot out of my.
That's the Bridges. Shot. That's the Bridges boy. That's the Bridges boy, Caleb.
Oh, that's fine.
All right, you ready?
All right. Well, anyway, yep.
All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys podcast. I am your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
Hi guys.
I'm doing all right. I hope I sound all right. I had a long weekend of going out too late and then going to a basketball game at noon and then just continuing to be out and talking all night long. And I have a job to do though, so I got to face through it. I got to face adversity.
Talking. That's the tweet. Talking too much at night.
Yeah, man. I'm just talking too much. I don't know what else it could have been. Like I was at I don't know. It wasn't like I was yelling and screaming all day long. It was just at the game, and then I don't know, man. I guess it's just a chatterbox this weekend, and it's course. It's course. But here we are. I'm facing my fears. Hopefully this doesn't end off at the halfway point, and I just can't speak anymore. That's how it was at the end of last night. I literally had to whisper during the Super Bowl because like I was just trying to get points across, trying to get people's attention across the room, and no one could hear me.
That is the worst when you're like you try to make a point and your voice is shot.
And then by the
Like,
time
might as well just sit here and be quiet.
yep, by the time the point is like it's not even relevant by the time I make it because it took 4 times everyone to hear me. But here we are. We're here to talk about the Super Bowl. We already mentioned it. So let's get right into it. We'll take it I guess from the start. You know, the Niners, it's a 0-0 first quarter. We're off to a great start. Just like fumbles and punts and no one's getting any momentum on offense. Finally, our hero Juwan Jennings throws a touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey. They break it. They break the scoreless streak. It's 10-3.
Well, I thought they kicked the field goal first.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, because they kicked the longest field goal in Super Bowl history first.
Right.
And then they score a touchdown after the Chiefs punt again. And then the Chiefs then score the longest field goal in Super Bowl history.
Yeah.
5 minutes later. So basically what I'm trying to say is this first half was terrible. Like we can just kind of breeze through it. Nothing really happened until like
It was so bad. And it was one of those like there was a moment at our Super Bowl party, which probably happened at every Super Bowl party where everyone just looked around and was like, this game sucks. Like we're not even having fun.
No, and
This
it was
just not it was bad football. It was sloppy and you can give credit to the defenses because like they've been great all year and they showed up, but it was like both teams fumbling within the first 3 or 4 drives. Like, what the hell is going on here?
yeah, it was sloppy football. The receivers couldn't get open. No one was really making any plays that were going anywhere. And it was an accumulation of the whole season in this first half, where it was just like every primetime game was trash. Every big matchup that we wanted ended up being kind of trash, and just utter like a little like even the matchup itself. We were all disappointed by the matchup of the Super Bowl, and it's like great. We could have had Ravens Lions where it's 34-37 at halftime, and
Yeah.
we're stuck with this 10-3 mess. I will say it ended up being a good Super Bowl in the end, but
Oh yeah.
it was not. That
Especially
first
on the
half
Chiefs
was
end
dreadful.
though, where it's like the whole year where like this team just seems off. Always like the receivers.
Travis Kelce's
they all
punching his
stink.
coach.
Like Kelsey looks slow.
He's punching his coach on the
That was
sideline.
pretty funny.
There was a bunch of great memes about that.
And yeah. So I think like if that continued for them, it felt like at the end of the game you'd be like, well, the Chiefs like just weren't the same team this year. And then like if the extra point goes in and that game doesn't even go to overtime, then like that's the story, right?
Yeah.
That, like they made it this way, but like this is not the same Chiefs team. They haven't been the same team all year, and people just like take that narrative, and now that they won, it's like it's dynasty talk.
But deservingly so. Deservingly so. Like it's dynasty talk.
Right? No, yeah, I'm not saying. I'm just like it's just fascinating how the narratives can shift.
Well, and especially, I mean, the Super Bowl is that's it. That's all we got. So it can shift.
That's true. Yeah,
within the half, within everything. I did
like play to play. The narrative shifts.
Yeah, literally. It's like the fumble. It's like it's over.
Seriously,
everything immediately.
When they fumble the punt, I was like, this game's over.
You can't have 2 special team mistakes in one game and win ever. Can't ever happen. Like scientifically, I don't know what the numbers are. I don't know what the nerd stats are, but in my time of watching football, I've never seen 2 crucial special team mistakes and a victory come out of them. And
yeah, no, that's a good take.
The muff punt. I mean, I'm surprised that doesn't happen like a couple times a game. Like it just bounces the wrong way, and the guy dove for it. And it's like I don't know what you're supposed to do there. I think if you're the punt returner, you just back off and just let it bounce away. You can't.
I know that sucked, but you can't because it hit off your own guy.
Well, yeah, originally
so he has to make a play on the ball, but like I like we saw, we were like, oh, like why didn't you just fall on it? And then it's like, well, it's moving a lot faster than realize, and It was kind of at a weird angle where
And it's a
like
punt. It's bouncing
I don't
all
know
over
if
the
he even
place.
could have on it. So yeah, that was one of those plays where like it didn't even seem like it was anybody's fault. I'm sitting there like, man, you just hate to see that decide a Super Bowl, and there's 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Like this
And
game's over.
The Chiefs had no offense going the whole game until that moment.
None. They hadn't had a sustained drive since the Pacheco fumble.
Yeah.
When they got down inside the 15 or 10-yard line, and then like you just give them a layup.
Well, and you knew, like I knew immediately
that
that
sucked.
it was like, oh, touchdown immediately. Like it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it was my boy MVS.
Yeah.
And and once that happened, it was like it kind of unlocked what the Chiefs needed for the rest of the game, because they did after the missed extra point, they only need 2 field goals tied up again. They get the touchdown, right? And they go for 2. Don't get it? Tie game? No, that make not. That wouldn't
No,
be-
they were
that was
up.
2 field.
It was 10-6 at that point.
Yeah.
They were up. At that point, they were up 13-10.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. But sorry, got lost in what happened in the game. Got lost. But it did open up with their offense for what they needed the rest of the game, because they didn't need that's like free 7, basically a free 7 for them.
Yeah, it changed the entire game. Like that's the play that if you're a Niners fan, you look back on, you're like, man, like what do you do about that?
It looked like
it's a difference between a ring being on your finger and not.
Yeah, and it what stunk is like all of the player props were washed basically. Besides Mahomes and Kelsey, everything else was washed.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was pretty much under. Purdy went under. Oh no, he went over in yards technically, but he went under in rushing yards
and completions.
Oh, I forgot we did the completions.
Oh, yeah. One of my friends had the under on Purdy's rushing yards, or the over on Purdy's rushing yards. It was at 12.5.
Yeah, and he had 13, and then he kneeled it to go to overtime.
Yes, it was hilarious.
That's a terrible beat. That's such a terrible.
It was a horrible beat. He was like, "This is my first NFL bet I placed." I was like, "Welcome to the show."
First NFL, he's just watching the Super Bowl.
He's done it better.
Oh, okay. And he saw the run. Okay.
Yeah.
He was like, Brock Purdy rushing yards is free. I got to start betting now.
It was a parlay, and like all the other legs had hit, and then that happened.
That is brutal. Yeah. Welcome to gambling, buddy. Welcome to gambling. Yeah. But Ayuk wasn't close. Debo wasn't close. Christian McCaffrey didn't hit his rushing.
I know.
And then no one on the Chiefs besides Kelsey hit it either. I don't even think Pacheco hit his rushing.
I hit like receptions. Justin Watson hit. Probably. And Hardman, if you're taking those guys.
Yeah, I'm sure Hardman.
MVS probably hit.
MVS did hit.
Jack hit.
MVS hit. So he hit, and then he caught remember that pass? He catches it. It's like second down, and he makes it, instead of 2nd and like 6, he makes it 3rd and 14. Loses like 4 yards on the play.
Yes, when he went backwards.
Yes, and then immediately the next play he went forwards and got the yards back. So he went under and then over within 2 plays in the 4th quarter. Yeah, Hardman would have been a great touchdown reception. Last touchdown Hardman, I'm sure, was insane odds.
Oh yeah. Did you see the tweet that was like, if Juwan Jennings throws a touch to be rich?
Wait, say again?
Said, if Juwan Jennings throws a touchdown today, I'm gonna be rich.
And so, yeah, somebody hit. Yep.
Like before the game.
There was I can't believe we missed this when looking at the prop bets. It was like plus 3,500 of any non-quarterback to throw a touchdown. We had McCaffrey, Jennings, and Kelsey, who all could have thrown one.
Yeah.
But
there was a period in time where Jennings was the MVP of this game. Because he caught the second.
If the Niners win, if the Niners win, he's the MVP. He's the MVP of that game.
Crazy to think about.
It is crazy to think about. What I thought was one of the most interesting parts of this game was the overtime rules. So the overtime rules got switched after the Josh Allen game in the
Hmm.
playoffs, where now no matter what, the other team gets a possession, no matter how many points you score the first time. So immediately when you get to overtime, you think you want the ball first because you're going to score and it's over. Was it a mistake of them to try to want the ball first for the Niners? Because they won the coin toss.
No, I don't think I've seen people saying this like he made a huge mistake taking the ball first. And I get the point of it's like college where you want the ball second so you know how many points to score. But in college, after the first series, then there's a second, it's like innings. It keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
So like if it's tied after one, then it's the same structure the second time around. In the NFL, it's not like that. Second time around, if you have the ball first, you can just end it.
Yeah.
Like as soon as if both teams score and it's
Yeah.
tied,
Yeah.
then
You
it
can
just
kick it.
reverts back to the old overtime.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's a massive advantage still to have the ball first. And if they hold them to like think about if they sack Mahomes on third down and it's 4th and 15 and the Chiefs have to kick a field goal, then the Niners get the ball back.
Yeah.
And they can end it there with a field goal. So like I think it's insane to not take the ball first.
Yeah, I like that. I like that take. I think that's a great take. I did think it was weird that people were complaining about it, and no one like if they go down and score 7, there's no one's talking about this. We're having Brock Purdy driving down the field with a minute left to try to see to win the game, and it's probably tied again at the end. It's only a mistake if you don't if you don't get 8 points, 7 points, right? If you don't get the touchdown, that's when it's a mistake. But you
Right.
get the ball knowing like you want to score a touchdown. So like that's it wasn't a mistake. I agree. 1000%.
Yeah. I couldn't believe when I first heard it, I was like, I wasn't even thinking about that at the time.
No.
Because it didn't and like I do understand it's obviously less of an advantage to take the ball first than it was or
Mm-hmm.
because you can't just end it right away with a touchdown. But it's still an advantage having that chance. And I heard like people were saying, "Oh, well, like even if they did score a touchdown, the Chiefs could have just gone for two and won the game. Like they could have gone for two and lost the game too.
Yeah.
Like it's not just a guaranteed win."
Yeah, and the issue
So
is
I don't know. I thought that was great. And like, are you telling me that if you give the ball to Patrick Mahomes first,
he's
they're
not
not
going
going
to
to go
score.
down and
Yeah,
score a
yeah,
touchdown,
yeah.
and
He's
then
not going to
you go
score.
down and score a touchdown, and like
And then you're in the same
first of all, you
scenario.
have to get in the end zone, and then and then you're either putting it on a 2-point conversion or you have to stop them from scoring a single point. So, you know, like I think I would always want the first scenario because it didn't work out for them. Like they should have been better on offense. They had two chances in this game, really, score a touchdown and then
Yeah,
had to
and they
settle for a
fumbled both
field
of them away.
goal. It
Yeah.
happened at the end of regulation too. So
No, and
it's an execution thing. It's not a team decision thing.
yeah, and there's always that's exactly a great point because there's always people that are going to look at Kyle Shanahan's decisions and this poor guy has been through every like Super Bowl heartbreak that you could possibly imagine. He's on. Bill's. I'm taking it. Bill Simmons said this. He's on like the Bills and Vikings and Lions level of like down badness for being a head coach.
Yeah, I mean they weren't all in a row, but it's getting there
It's bad
because they keep. It's not only Super Bowls; it's NFC championships.
Yeah, they keep blowing these
They've
leads.
been to like 7 of them.
Yeah, they're the Celtics.
They either lose that or they lose in the Super Bowl.
They're the Celtics. They're the Celtics. I saw
Yeah,
that.
but if you have to deal with 4 more years of what the Celtics have been the last 2 years, that's what the 49ers have been.
No,
They went Super Bowl loss.
Okay. Keep going.
This playoffs, NFC Championship loss, NFC Championship loss, Super Bowl loss.
Yeah, Celtics what? Win Eastern Conference Finals lost, Eastern Conference Finals lost, Eastern Conference Finals lost.
Okay, I forgot about
because they lost.
Wasn't that Tatum's rookie year when they lost to LeBron?
They lost to LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then they lost to. Then they I mean I don't know they've been in it every year and it's pretty similar.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
that is similar. Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't on like the way that he did it, like the fact that he had the ball to the end of the game to go on that fourth down and convert it at the end. I forget if they got a
It
touchdown on
was
that
crazy,
drive
by the way. I thought that was so dumb.
to go for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they scored.
yeah, I thought that was
Yeah,
nuts.
I thought that was so stupid.
But
But they got it, so.
and like you want to complain about like that, like and that's execution. Like they execute the plays. If we're looking at it and they didn't get that fourth down, we're looking at it like, oh, what a terrible. This is
Yeah, they
this is
weren't giving him the
yeah,
Dan Campbell treatment.
yeah. This is the play that lost in the
Where
game.
everybody is on the same side here, where it's like you should not have like you were so dumb for going for it.
Yeah, so it's the same way
Worked,
with
obviously.
overtime. It's like if they freaking executed and scored, it would have been the same thing. I will say this is the most.
Right. I don't think anyone would say that.
At the end of the game, I was glad that Mahomes was able to put on the superhero cape because it made it clearer, like who was the like. Of course, he was going to be the MVP. And there wasn't any question.
Yeah,
It
I was
wasn't
almost worried that they weren't going to go down and score.
yeah, like they're like, and we're gonna have Juwan Jennings be our MVP or maybe a kicker. Maybe Moody makes the kicker and a freaking MVP. But he's the most deserving MVP we've had for the Super Bowl in a little bit. I feel like. I mean, the end of the game was all on him. All the rushing plays that he had, all the throws that he made.
That one fourth down that they had, where Pacheco got stuffed on 3rd and 1. They had to go for it from like 3rd and 30, and they just ran like
and they
read option play.
Yeah, it was like a boot action, and he just took it.
Yeah.
I remember that play was wild too because it was 4th down on their own 30, and they're in shotgun formation. Everyone in the room was like, "What are you doing? Like, why is he in the gun right now?"
But like you also you just watched the play on 3rd down where they went under center.
Yeah, and it didn't work.
So
well, and everyone was saying
played too much.
Everyone was saying at my part, "Oh, try the tush push, because it was like 1 yard," and I was like, "They don't do it with Mahomes."
Ran the tush push ever.
No, they don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
I will say I did say that. I was like, if there's ever a time to QB sneak, this is the freaking time.
They were saying they're like, well, I was like, they don't do it because Mahomes' ankle and stuff, and he like, it's a Super Bowl, like you do it, like you don't worry about his ankle.
But like I will say, like when you put him in shotgun and you just get him moving, like he's getting the yard no matter what.
Yeah, he's too shifty.
If you give him the run pass option, he's picking up a yard somehow.
Agreed.
If you come after him, then he's so good at just like the little dump pass over somebody's head.
The game-winning touchdown to Mecole Hardman, it's hilarious because not hilarious, but it's funny to me because that is the same play that they always used to use with Tyreek Hill.
James White.
Oh no, I was thinking with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. It reminded me of the James White touchdown at the end of that Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a toss, I believe, though, not a pass, technically. But it's the same way. It was like out to the side, and they use the blockers and stuff to get him in.
Yeah.
But yeah, they used to run that little. It's like a zig route with Tyreek Hill, and he just gets the guy off of him, and he gets open for 2 yards, and they ran it with freaking Mecole Hardman, and for as much crap.
Isn't that crazy that they now have 4 Super Bowls without Tyreek Hill than they had with him?
Yep.
And people are still like next season in like week 7, when they lose their 3rd game already, and people are bitching about the receivers and be like, "Well, you shouldn't have gotten rid of Tyreek Hill." Like,
yeah, count him out, man. Yeah. I think I love that for Mahomes. Like this is his most Brady-esque Super Bowl with this group of receivers.
Yeah, definitely. So you seem like you're okay with this.
Look,
like last time on Friday, it seemed like you were pretty hard against them.
I mean, I've always I would be a hypocrite now if I sat here and hated on Mahomes for his greatness. In the past 20 years, I've wanted everyone to appreciate Brady's greatness. So I'm just going to appreciate it, and everyone can argue to a wall until he has 7. Basically what I got. If he gets to 6, maybe I'll really
That's the rule. Okay, all right. I was going to say, like, once he gets to 5, it becomes a conversation.
Well, I think it's a conversation now. Like, people are going to have the conversation. Like,
it's a conversation of, like, at this point in their careers.
Yes.
I think you could say Mahomes has had the better career.
Yeah, I would say so, too.
12 more years to go.
Yeah, and that's the other thing with Mahomes. Like, give him... Yeah, let him play 20 years. You know? Like, let's let him play...
Yeah, we don't have to have this debate now.
Yeah. that's basically where I'm at with it. Where I don't mind the debates, like go ahead, because like, you can argue he's the second. Like you very much easily have him as the second best over like even over my I don't know I never got to watch Montana play, so it's like I'm not gonna know. But
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah, he's got a. I don't mind it yet. I just didn't want Travis Kelsey to get
He
the
has
game
as
winning
many as
touchdown.
Breeze and Manning combined.
He has more playoff wins than
You
Manning.
didn't want
No, the Travis Kelsey getting the game winning touchdown just would have probably sent the whole world into chaos of conspiracy.
I don't understand the Kelsey hate.
I
I
think
don't, I have no problem with him.
no, I don't have any problem with him either. I thought I not really at least. Like I don't think he's. I mean, I don't know. I find him goofy. I find him sometimes a
Yeah.
little cringe. Like when
Like,
he was doing the Viva Las Vegas.
yeah,
Like,
he's obnoxious, and
yeah,
but
it's a
like,
little cringe. No, he's
like,
just
he
like
just won a Super Bowl. Give him
yeah,
a break.
yeah. Let him do whatever he wants. No, I don't mind that. I also like I saw today Taylor Swift was 54 seconds of screen time on the Super Bowl. Not even a minute.
What's her like average?
I didn't dig that deep. I don't know. I don't know what her average is. But
All
I
right,
don't know.
this was good because like Ice Spice was up there, and like every time it flashed to that box, I was just like reminded that Ice Spice was there,
Yeah, that I
and it
was
like gave me a chuckle. I was
the
like,
Ice
"What is she
Spice
doing?"
is yeah, the Ice Spice is laughing
It
every
was
time.
so funny.
She's just I laugh every time I just see Ice Spice. I'm not gonna lie. She just reminds me of the
No, I
grandma
know, that's
from
what I'm
the
saying.
Mallrats. Yeah, she just reminds me of the grandma from the Mallrats. Like, it's hilarious every
The
time I
memes of Jason Kelsey like shaking her hand
that was the best
is
part
some
of
of
the
the
night.
best
That was the
Twitter
best part of
content
the
that
night.
we've gotten in a while.
Ice and Spice, just like how I like my margaritas. Hi, I'm Jason. Nice to meet you. So good.
And he's like, "So am I the fart?"
Oh man. I think I love
So good.
having Jason at the gate. Let's have him retire. Can he just come to all of the Chiefs games?
He looked sad when they won.
You think so?
And he was like down
I
there.
didn't
I
see
thought he
footage.
looked sad.
I didn't look at the footage. I
When they cut to him, he was just like watching Travis up there. I was like, I'm so jealous right now.
yeah, do you think it was
But then he went out and partied with him, so
yeah. He's probably jealous a little bit, but probably like a 2-second initial reaction type of jealousy. Remember was it
Mhm.
I forget what Super Bowl which one was playing. I'm guessing it was Peyton playing in the last Super Bowl that he played in, and like Eli was in the booth. Eli face.
Mhm.
Jason's way better than the Eli face. He's a way better brother. Let's get it. Let's get those two. Let's get a Kelsey cast. That'd be fun.
A Kelsey cast
I'd listen to a Kelsey cast.
would be fun.
Only if they're allowed to
Peyton
drink.
and Eli need to have a podcast.
They get too much. They get too much money off everything else. They don't need a podcast. Let's not ruin our market even
That's
more.
true. Well, so the Kelsey brothers.
Yeah, that's true.
Jason had a whole ass documentary made about him.
Before he even retired.
Travis is on every other commercial. Yeah, that was weird. That was like the Brady documentary coming out before he retired.
Yeah, I know. And then there's gonna be a
weird.
Pat's Dynasty one on Apple, which I'm excited about.
Apple?
Apple makes I think decent stuff, but no, I don't know who has Apple besides
but I don't
my
have
parents.
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't know who has Apple.
And I wanted to watch the Brady one too, and that's on ESPN Plus.
Too many streaming sites now.
I don't have ESPN Plus.
There's too many.
Yeah, there's too many.
All right, the Niners going forward. I mean, Brock Purdy I think had a good game. I don't think this loss was.
I do
Brock
too.
Purdy.
I was proud of him.
Yeah, I thought he played well, and I thought in a couple
There were
times
definitely a couple missed throws, and like
he was clutch though at times. Like there was a couple like that.
Yeah.
That use check pass, which was apparently controversial. I don't know why that was controversial. Like, he clearly caught that ball.
Because it was a Des Bryant play.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. But
the NFL came out and said, like 2 years later, I think actually
that Des caught it, right?
Which was not the right thing to do, but
no.
But so that precedent was established at least.
The
So when I literally had flashbacks to it, and then Des tweeted it. I was like, "That's not a catch."
what makes me mad though is it was like it was a play after. They already ran a play, like it stands. And Tony Romo's still talking about it. Come on, man. Maybe because he was the one who threw Dez that ball. Maybe that's why.
He was probably tweaking.
Yeah, he was probably
I mean,
stoked.
that what like they would have gone to the NFC Championship that year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was first the Packers, right?
Mhm.
But I thought Brock played well. McCaffrey, they gave him 22 carries and they should have given him like 30.
It doesn't feel like he had that many carries.
No, not at all. And I don't
Maybe in
know.
overtime, push those numbers up, but there was a period in the game. It was when they had the lead, really.
Yeah, they just kept
It's like,
throwing.
why are we not feeding him the ball right now? I did not. Yeah,
It's
that was
Kyle
driving me
Shanahan.
nuts.
They just kept
I
throwing the
know.
ball to covered receivers, and it kept stopping the clock.
They kept running play action too, and I'm like, yeah, give him the ball for the
know,
play
I
action
know.
to work.
You got to establish the run. It was ridiculous.
It felt like we were watching the Ravens game again. But it was even worse because they were up.
Yeah, what's up with these teams that just like they that's the key. Like Mahomes doesn't lose his cool like that. Like he's just like, yeah, run Pacheco, Andy Reid. Like we're fine.
Yeah.
Like he
Even though it doesn't work. They just
no,
keep doing
yeah,
it.
they ran it
Average like
18
300
times.
carry.
Yeah, they ran it 4 less times than McCaffrey did with Pacheco. And they were down almost the whole game. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. It's
Any other notes
like
football related wise?
I just had an ad start playing in my
That's the
headphones
worst.
that threw me off. But I was gonna say it's like playing Madden. When like you start running the ball a little bit and then switch over to the pass and you realize there's just more fun.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to chuck it.
Yeah.
That's probably what Kyle Shanahan does because he probably has like way more creative pass plays than run plays. He's like, all right, look. Like anytime you're putting pressure on Purdy, you're gonna like he did play well, but that's not their recipe for success.
Agreed. And we talked about his
The
Chiefs
Chiefs
under
blitzed the hell out of him.
Yeah, they got to him a lot. I mean, one of the last plays of the game, Chris Jones, he said afterwards, like, there must have been a miscommunication because I was just a free runner right to Brock Purdy, where they didn't get the touchdown and they had to settle for the field goal. I don't understand. Like, we talked about before the game how we wanted under on Brock Purdy's pass completions because that was their plan. Like that was their plan to do that, and you got to run McCaffrey 30 times this game. Got to run him into the ground.
It was like the whole third quarter. It felt like.
Yeah, when they scored 0,
the
only quarter they scored. I mean, the first quarter they scored 0 too. But after that, the only quarter they scoreless. Ugh.
I couldn't believe that.
All right. How about?
But you're right. You're right about like Purdy. The only thing that you could say is like they didn't score touchdowns at the end when they should have, but there was that one blitz play that you can't really blame on him, and then
Purdy's not
the overtime drive ended. But.
Purdy's not Mahomes, you know. Like,
But he is.
Yeah. I know everyone in my house knew that. Driving down the second they kicked the field goal in overtime, it was like,
oh yeah. Yep. As soon as they sent out the field goal team.
Yep, it's over.
Probably it.
All right. What about non-game related stuff? Did you bet on the over? The whole controversy on the over under for the national anthem? Did you see all that?
Why?
Because she like stopped
for
Brave and like took a breath and then did the Home of the Brave again. And it like pushed the over.
That counted?
It counted for a lot of the books. I know Bovada, my brother, was mad because they didn't let it count on Bovada. But I'm pretty sure all like the legal bets.
Betting on Bovada.
He's in Alabama. He can't even get fliff. Like there's nothing in there. He can't do prize picks. Like Alabama's. It's a wasteland. They don't want to see you win in Alabama.
Like this Soviet Berlin.
Communist China.
Yeah.
And so that went over. Tails failed. My roommate lost $100
I know.
on Tails.
We all had tails. Wait, what?
Lost $100 on Tails.
You had $100?
Not me, no, my roommate.
Ah, okay.
He was sulking the rest of the night. He was not
Was he calling? You should have been calling the 1-800
Yeah.
gambling line.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
would have been happening.
And then I had Gatorade color was purple, and halftime was cool. I don't know. I liked
I liked the halftime
liked
show.
the
It was
halftime
like
show.
it was nothing special at the beginning. I thought the band was cool, even though you couldn't really hear him. And then the roller skates were awesome.
That's really turned it up. And Ludacris was out there with an afro.
Yeah,
Like I was in. I was all
real.
about it.
He was hilarious.
I felt
And
like
when Lil Jon came out too, I was like, yes.
yeah, that was awesome. I think
He'll turn down for what too.
Usher needed like he needed like 7 more minutes. He was peaking right when they shut him down. Like that was the
to keep
peak.
the momentum going.
Yeah, he was peaking right then. And the issue was
I agree.
the beginning was a slow burn. And then once it got hot, they had to shut it down.
Yeah, that's true.
Glad you got that. I'm
a
glad
couple
that
of
was good
notes.
analysis. A couple of notes. I
Why
need
did he have to
that
come out in
jacket.
that outfit? He was so hot.
Oh,
Like,
sweating in that
looked-
thing.
That outfit was probably making. That's probably why he was sweating. And then he had to strip his clothes. Like we were like, is it even scripted? Him taking his clothes off? Like he's so hot.
I thought he was gonna have
Might
sex
just
with
be
that
trying to
bowl.
cool down.
I thought he was gonna have sex with that microphone. Like I was, cause like even before he started taking off his clothes, like he's doing the hip throws to the microphone. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And then he's like stripping on the microphone. I'm like, all right, he's gonna do something wild with this microphone.
Also, he was very like all up on Alicia Keys,
Oh yeah,
which I thought was weird.
yeah. There was no
That was
no
weird.
boundaries. They're performing. Like,
Is
come
she-
on. Clearly, she knew that was gonna happen. Like they probably did that 100 times.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not saying that he like groped her.
No, yeah. I know.
But I'm just saying, like, if I was Alicia Keys' husband, I would be like, can we not do that part of the show? Like, if they're actors, it's one thing. Like, they're used to like kissing each other and whatnot.
Yeah. I get
For
that.
scenes, but like a performance is different. Like, it's not like
And
part of the
yeah,
plot.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. It wasn't necessary.
I thought that was
Yeah.
weird. Yeah,
Okay.
right. It's completely unnecessary.
Yeah,
So,
I could see.
I
that.
saw it and I was like, are they both married?
Are they?
Yes.
Oh, nice. All right, cool.
Actually, Usher might not be on you. Oh yeah. Yeah. Usher might have just gotten married, like in Vegas.
Oh no. Maybe it's to Alicia Keys. Maybe they got wedlocked afterwards. All right.
No, but
Uh,
she's married. Swizz Beats. Okay, I'll have to read these articles. Swizz Beats reacts to Alicia Keys. Talk about that next time.
We'll get an update on Friday. What about commercials? And nothing really stuck out to me. I thought there a couple were cool, but I didn't
Yeah,
even remember.
not really.
Like I really don't even remember that many that were like stood out. Gronk missed a kick again. That was pretty bad.
I know.
I felt bad for him. He needs
He just looked so sad.
yeah, he did look so sad.
I also I wasn't ready for that. I didn't know that's when it was coming, and then it was so quick.
Oh, it just happened. The same thing as last year. It's just like a 2-second commercial.
There's no intro to it. It was just like, here it is.
Yep.
I don't know why he was only 2 steps back. Like, why didn't he get in a normal stance?
He probably doesn't know what a normal stance is. He should clearly
He's
practice
football
more
for
kicks.
25 years.
Yeah, but he was never on the kicking team.
Well, he was probably watching. Well, maybe he wasn't, honestly.
Yeah, probably not.
I know. Who knows what's going on in his head. Did like the John Cena when they did that commercial later on.
Where
Just 'cause
everyone's reacting.
that was one
to
of
the
my
kick.
favorite commercials leading up to it. Yeah. And he's in the conference room. You're gonna miss again, Gronk.
Yeah, that was good. I'm looking up, seeing.
It was cool. I always loved the Clydesdales.
Yeah, they're always
It was
good.
cool.
I'm looking at.
Tom Brady was in a lot of commercials.
He was the State Farm with Danny.
One
DeVito
with
was funny.
with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was good.
And you were talking. The Duncan one was good with Matt Damon and Brady. Duncan.
Yeah, that was good when it was like the Goodwill Hunting callback kind of.
And I mean, like, yeah, there wasn't really much else that I like. I liked the Doritos commercials.
Was that good?
Yeah. Oh, I liked it with the old ladies beating up the people for the Doritos.
It's okay.
I thought it was funny,
but it just wasn't. Like, they've had better.
I'm trying to look at.
Just thinking back to like the ones that I liked the most, and like I couldn't stop thinking about Puppy Monkey Baby, which is my all-time favorite.
That's a terrible one.
What? How?
I hate Puppy Monkey Baby. That was awful.
Classic.
No.
Why? How could you hate it?
That's the worst. I like the Mountain Dew commercial was good with Nick Offerman and the chick from.
What's the Mountain Dew one? I don't know if I saw that one.
Yeah. All right. Well,
shoving pizza down my gullet.
Yeah. What'd you do? What'd you do for the game?
We just got a bunch of pizzas, made buffalo chicken dip.
Classic.
Domino's was so packed that we didn't get our pizza till halftime.
Wow.
Because we sent people that were walking over to go like pick it up because Domino's is on the way to our place, and they're like, oh, they said it'll be ready in 15 minutes. And after 15 minutes, they're like, oh, it'll be ready in like an hour and a half. Like, what? Like, where did that jump come from? So we just had to eat dip for a while. But yeah, just a little gathering at our place.
Nice. Similar things. No pizza, but buffalo chicken dip. Someone brought chili. It was like kind of like a potluck. People just brought whatever they came to the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I had a good time. Overall, I mean, once Usher started singing "Yeah," I was enjoying the Super Bowl. I was pretty locked in after that. And the second half was good. I was in.
It did. The turning point was the punt, I think.
Yeah.
It's like that's when the Chiefs offense started scoring points, and then.
I agree. All right.
One of our bets hit.
No,
for me.
Let me look at the book and see if we had.
I don't know what Wyatt had.
Yeah, Wyatt had chaos.
It was like as soon as Tails is.
Wyatt, it was funny. It was like the second. It was like the second quarter, and he was like, "I told you, Kelsey under was a lock." Kelsey over hit, by the way.
By a lot, I think.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
30 yards.
like 20, 30 yards.
20, yeah.
All right, here we go. I had Chris Jones and Nick Bosa get a sack. I don't think so. I know Chris Jones or Nick Bosa got no sack, so it doesn't matter.
Bosa.
No, they didn't get a sack. That didn't work. Mahomes MVP did hit.
Yeah.
Touchdown scorers. I wrote down none that hit.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, okay, that's not right. I guess I didn't write that one down, but I said it on the pod. I did give out MVS. Yeah, I got nothing. I got Travis Kelce over 6.5 catches. And yeah, he hit that. That's all I got. That and MVS.
The sacks lost, I think, at halftime. Like right before halftime was the second sack.
So let's talk.
For yard, didn't hit it.
Next year's Super Bowl favorite is
almost busted one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were just moving on.
Going on.
Because I felt like this is a more interesting conversation. Why are the Niners favored over the Chiefs again to win the third peat? Is it just because it's a third peat?
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
They should be the favorites until they lose. Like even if they lose, I feel like they should always be the favorites. They were underdogs in 3 straight games this year.
You know what sucks? We could have gotten them right before the playoffs to win the Super Bowl at 10-1 odds.
That's crazy.
No. The best Mahomes moment of the night was when he takes the mic after the Super Bowl win, and he's like, the Chiefs should never be underdogs.
Yeah.
That was badass. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was.
And
Yep.
he's right. I mean, we doubted him. I mean, not just we,
Mhm.
but like everyone in the nation found ways to try to doubt him every week. And he's
I was
got,
done after the Buffalo game. I'll say that.
he
I
has
was done after that.
he has the it factor. He has the aura, you know? He's got that legend status that can't be beat right now. And until someone proves it and proves it probably multiple times in a row, no one's going to take that from him. Until
Yeah,
Spencer
I'm
Rattler
just like
starts
picturing
to
next
do it.
NFL season, and it's like I can imagine just the same exact storylines happening again.
Yep.
And like we might be in the same boat where we're just like, oh, there's something off about this Chiefs team. Like, it's the year to beat them.
And yeah, it'll
And
be
they go to Buffalo in the playoffs
Yep.
again, and they beat them again. And it's
That was
like
the other thing.
at this point,
They had to
we
be
have to remember that we're having this conversation because like we can't predict anything else until they actually do lose.
and we saw them go on like this was the chance, man. They had to go to Buffalo, they had to go to Baltimore, they had to play Miami in the first round. They didn't get a first round bye. Like and maybe their division's getting a little stronger. Like maybe they're a little worse in the regular season. And as you said, all these narratives come back up. Like, oh, they have no wide receivers. They don't have Tyreek Hill. Mahomes isn't been able to get it done. Yada yada.
Should have
yada.
signed Hopkins.
yeah. And I said I think mid-season, oh, this team is gonna get a Super Bowl ring if they would have signed DeAndre Hopkins, but now they're not gonna get it, and now here they are getting a Super Bowl ring with Mecole Hardman. Yeah, man, it doesn't matter whose receivers are, and I feel like we said the same thing last year. Like he had Juju Smith-Schuster, he had MVS again, he had Sky Moore got the game-winning touchdown last year, and he didn't even play in the Super Bowl, and he's a second-year guy. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, man. And I guess we'll be mid-season. We'll be like, maybe it matters. And come,
We can't.
No,
we have to. This episode, we have
strong.
to like bookmark this.
Yeah, we got to stay strong here, and not bet against Mahomes.
I don't like. I feel like you do have to appreciate it. Like,
I do.
I
do appreciate it.
I get the fatigue. No, I know you do.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, like in general, I understand the fatigue. Just seeing them every year, and there were moments this year where you lost respect for him a little bit. Josh Allen game, me freaked out, and I guess I can't really think of another moment. But like the Kelsey bumping into Andy Reid and just seeing them all the time, I understand it, but same time, like when they got the ball back, I was like, hell yeah, like here we go. And like there's no way they don't score on this drive, and I like wanted them to. I was like, I don't want to see them fail.
Yeah, because it's exciting to see
was weird.
How he's gonna figure it out next, how he's gonna do it, like who he's gonna throw it to, who's gonna figure it out. Because it got to a point in this game where, and in the playoffs, you can rely on Kelsey, but it got to a point in the season where it's like they couldn't just rely on Kelsey every time. So it was cool to see like who he's gonna figure out how to get the ball to next. And they can very easily, like they have the 32nd pick now. They can very easily draft a first round wide receiver that's a high caliber wide receiver.
Probably won't even be good. It doesn't.
Yeah, that's true too. Or that. But yeah, it's
they got to sign Chris Jones, right? Long term deal.
Yeah, they got to extend him. I don't know what else they need. Like I don't know what their free agents are looking like.
Oh, did you see? I tagged us in that Twitter post. It was like Mahomes might restructure his contract.
Yes.
Make more room.
Yeah,
I think Ethan said called us out on Twitter. Is like, do you think they'll actually you would actually do that? And fair enough.
He might.
I don't know if it'll actually happen, but he might.
If he did that and just like they get a bunch of more players, be like, gee, just cancel the league. Just let him win.
If we're talking the Brady arc, the best Brady team didn't happen until 2007.
Oh yeah, well, and
already 3 Super Bowls in.
The other thing with the Brady arc is he went 10 years without winning a Super Bowl after winning 3.
That's
he
right.
Made it to 2 and lost 2, but he didn't win another one until the Seahawks won.
Yeah, they were not as dominant. He had the 1 year where he got hurt, and yeah, I guess like Manning and Roethlisberger beat him a couple times.
Yeah, I think that was it. And the other thing is the like. Oh man, I had a point cooking. I totally lost it. You know when that happens, just like completely. Like I had it and I was waiting for you to finish, and then I completely
Just disappears.
Yep. But either way, well, I guess yeah, you got to give your props to Mahomes, and give the props to Chiefs. Congrats. Now we got a new season ahead of us. It's the Commanders' time. Dan Quinn is knocking at the door for
Thank you.
All right. So we doing a mock draft now, or just run through it? Mock free agency. Let's do it all.
What do you mock trade to? What's the historic compensation that the team will have to give up to move up to number 1?
Oh, I love those. Like the Commanders. It's like, well, I see it on Twitter. Also, if I was Jonathan Allen, I know he's wanted to get out of there, but like he's in every single mock trade ever connected to the.
I know. I don't. People just throw him in there as if
Every
he's
time.
nothing.
Yeah, like literally just like
I understand
as like a
that.
sweetener.
I want to keep him.
Yeah.
You need good players at some point.
And you can't just keep
Well,
drafting good
couple
D
that you
linemen
have.
and then trading them away. Like you got to
Yeah,
keep
right.
one of the D linemen at some point.
It's a failed experiment. Whatever. New days ahead. I kind of want Daniels.
Dude, I think so. Right now we're at the point of the year where there's going to be 7 quarterbacks taken in the first round. So I just want.
Bo Nix is going 9.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm gonna put it out right now. Any team that is like looking to get a quarterback outside of McDaniels, or not McDaniels, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
God. Yeah. Caleb Williams and guy from I'm losing it right now. Drake May. Thank you. If you're not getting those 3, you're getting them in the 3rd or 4th round. Like he's not going maybe 2nd, but like he's not going into the 1st. No, JJ's not going 6th overall. He's not going 14th. He's not going 27th.
He's a giant.
He's gonna go like 44th. Like come on, give me a break with these. Same with Penix. Same with Bo Nix. And Spencer
Rattler.
Oh, he'll be first overall. All right. I think that puts a bow on the NFL season for now. We'll get a couple weeks of good basketball analysis, and then we'll be back into free agency and draft and all that jazz. So, prepare, get ready, get your mock drafts ready, and we'll end it off with some college corner. Wrap it up. You got anything for us, Chris?
You got it. I don't want to talk. Or horrible. So bad. They lost to Rutgers at home on Wednesday, and then they lost at Ohio State on Saturday. I actually didn't get to watch either. I watched the first half of the Rutgers game, and then I had my own basketball game, which we lost. And then I didn't get to watch. I need to learn how to shoot free throws, by the way, as an aside. I can't be Julian Reese when I go. I can't hit a free throw in my own game. Then they go to Ohio State, who's like 12 from the Big Ten, and they miss like 8 free throws down the stretch. Went to double overtime, and they lose that game. So now we're at the bottom of the conference. It's completely lost season. Yeah, that's it. We play Illinois this Saturday at home, which might be fun because they're ranked. But that's about it.
Man, it's not sounding fun.
Disaster of a season.
It doesn't sound. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Gamecocks, they're up to 11 in the rankings. Played Vanderbilt on Saturday. They covered. I didn't think they were going to cover. They beat them by 15. That was a good game. I was there. I went to that game. I went so ridiculously hungover that game. Apparently I sounded good. I looked good. But if you like, people that saw me like, because like all the time, every time they watch, oh, I saw you on TV. On TV. Said this time it was like, oh, I saw you on TV. But you were right. Like you looked rough out there. It was brutal. I was a shell of myself. But I gave some guys the business. I'm officially inviting Tywin Lawrence. I told him at the game I'd buy him a ticket to so he declared for the NBA draft, and then is now playing on Vanderbilt again. So I told him we could go to the draft together this year. He kept looking at me. He had this monstrous dunk at the end of the game when they're down by like 10, and he like finds me in the crowd. And I'm just like, all right, cool,
Really?
that's great. But other than that, it's looking good.
I will say I love the tweets of Lamont before the game, like when they're doing the introductions and like the flames come up. He's just standing like a statue.
Yeah, he's like a.
I love those videos every time.
And it's not like I think this I've done it twice now because I've noticed like he stands right next to the flames that go up, and it's he looks like, and this is maybe this is putting him in a bad, like I'm not trying to put him in a bad light, but like he looks like a cool movie villain. It's just like,
oh yeah,
it's like, yo, here you come, you're facing Lamont Paris, baby. It's time to zip up. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So Wednesday.
Yeah, he really does.
Wednesday they play Auburn at Auburn. Huge test. They're again. The ESPN is doubting them yet again. Even though they're ranked higher, they have a better record. They have a 10% chance of winning the game according to ESPN. So I love those odds. Give me just keep disrespecting us. That's fine with me. And hopefully Auburn. What scares me is that they're a big team. They're a little bit bigger than us, so that scares me. That's about it.
Sounds like some Josh Gray minutes.
Josh Gray's gonna be big. He's gonna be big in this game. And have you take notice to Colin Morey Boyles, freshman I was talking about? No. We were talking about him last year. We recruited him. Remember, he was like a top 100 recruit. He was like the only he was like the only freshman that was really going to play this season, and he dropped 31 against Vanderbilt. He was a machine. It was like, just throw it to him.
What's his name?
And he'll find a way. Colin Murray Boyles.
There he is.
CMB.
Interesting.
He's become a favorite of Columbia.
I see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's having a good year. Better than any of our freshmen.
Yeah, I wish he could get he doesn't have a jump shot yet, but that's okay. He's a freshman. He'll get a jump shot.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14 of 17. Or no 3-pointers.
No, no 3-pointers. Did he even take any?
For a guy who's 6'7", he should probably start shooting a little bit. He's never taken more than one, and he hasn't hit one all year.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I've seen him hit one, but that's okay. He doesn't take them, which is fine. Like, as long as he's not chucking up bricks, that's fine with me. And he's a smart player.
That's right.
He's a great defensive player, and he can dunk on anyone else's team. Anyone. And the win. He could probably dunk on Edie. Against Ole Miss, he dunked on a 5'7" or 7'5" guy, I think. Maybe not on him, but like right next to him. I know he blocked the 5'7" or 7'5" guy. All right. Women, they faced UConn on Sunday, beaten by 20 points. Women are a machine. It's gotten to the point we're at local radio college
I think they're gonna win again.
Tournament. I mean, I hope so. I think that they're the only thing that could beat us is Caitlin Clark, really. So the Gamecocks basketball sports radio, local sports radio, has just switched into contract extension talk with Lamont. That's how good we've been. There's no issues on the court, so there's nothing to just dissect or anything,
Are you worried that he's gonna get poached?
No. Nope. He's here. I feel like he's here to build, and he's here to make his mark.
The Ohio State job might be open.
Nah, he's good. He's got his guys. He's got more coming. There'll be more coming. Don't worry.
Hope so.
I hope so too. If we lost Lamont, I'd probably just like honestly like if we have a dream season and like I don't know lose somewhere in the tournament and then he goes to some other job, I'd probably just never watch Gamecock basketball because I just like I'd be leaving as I just probably never watch this team again. All right, I'm done. Think about it. 4 years of being committed here. We finally get a good team, and then the coach leaves the second we have a good team.
Yeah.
I would definitely be done with
be
my
horrible.
fandom. I would just be like, all right, whatever. We by the way, standings wise, first in the Southeastern.
Yeah.
I don't know if that stands.
Will the Auburn game affect that?
Yes, Auburn's a game behind us.
Like,
they lost this week because they lost to Florida.
It's literally for first place.
Yeah. So it's for first place, and then then we have Tennessee later. LSU will be tough. Well, we play Ole Miss again. Florida will be tough. They just beat Auburn, and then that Tennessee game's a big one. I mean, if we're keeping up the same track, we beat Auburn, and we keep up the same track we've been going, and that's another first place game right there, and it could be for the regular season. Because that's like one of the last games of the regular season. Which I do need. Of course, I'm not ever going to root for a loss, but like, there needs. I don't know. I'd be kind of like not concerned because of course I'd be hyped. Do you know what I mean? We're going to be due eventually to lose a game. So like, I don't want to be due in like the SEC tournament. Yeah, during any tournament though, not the SEC or the like. I'd rather like let's call this Texas A&M game. That's what if that random wash? You know, I'd be all right with that compared to like some bigger game that we need.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe we'll just go undefeated. I don't know, but we'll see. All right, is that all you got?
I can't believe you're 11. I was like, I don't know why that didn't register to me earlier, but like,
oh yeah, we're right there.
That's
man.
crazy.
Yeah, we beat Auburn. Like we could be top 7. You know, going to next week. This LSU game will be huge too. So that'll give us if we can take care of business there too. All right. I think that does it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, nothing else.
All right.
Wizards almost beat the Celtics.
Yes, I saw
tonight.
that. Do the Wizards have a center playing yet since the trade deadline?
Bagley.
All right, good.
Yeah.
The bag man.
The backup.
Dude, you just
to play the Sixers close.
It is weird. Like you were talking about number 11 registering, like to see Duke literally 2 spots ahead of us is really weird. It's really, really weird.
And Kentucky's at like 22 now. I was just looking at the ranking.
Yeah.
You stormed the court against them, and now you're higher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now they'd be storming the court against us if they won.
Yeah. It would be embarrassing.
That would suck. Yeah, that would be terrible.
It would probably be the first time that's ever happened, right?
Oh yeah, but they don't have an opportunity. It's not we play in Kentucky.
Yeah.
All right, and let's wrap it up. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl. We'll be back later this week. Hard on the NBA, man. We're back. College basketball. It's basketball season. See everyone